Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are the College of Worcester's Applied Methods and Research Experience 2020 Benefits Cliff team, and we're so happy that you're able to join us today. My name is Stachel Harris. I'm a senior political science major and Africana Studies minor. Now my partners introduce themselves. Michael?
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Nahas. I'm a junior and I'm studying economics and political science. Tim?
My name is Tim Cotter. I am a junior and I am studying philosophy and political science.
And we would also like to thank our advisors on this project, Cameron Denise and Boss Van Dorn, who were instrumental in this project's completion.
So for this project, we were funded primarily by the Fund for Our Economic Future. This is an organization based out of Cleveland, Ohio, and focusing mainly on the northeastern area of Ohio. They focus primarily on economic development and three key pillars inside of economic development, those being job access, job preparation, and job creation, ensuring that the people and the city is ready to ensure jobs to those who are looking for them. Many sponsors work with the fund in this specific instance. Those would be similar nonprofits with like-minded goals. Also, colleges and universities tend to give money to the fund to help in these situations. And further, like-minded businesses that are also looking to increase job access, job preparation, creation in Cleveland area also give a lot of money to the fund.
So we mentioned that we are the 2020 AMRI Benefits Cliff team, but that raises the question, what exactly is a benefits cliff? A benefits cliff is a phenomenon that arises when a worker receives an increase in income and as a result becomes ineligible for so many public benefits that they actually end up losing effectively money because of the increase in income. Here we have an example of the benefits cliff in Wayne County. The individual model is called Lisa because it's the benefits cliff in Wayne County for one adult and two children. So we can see that childcare, housing, Medicaid, SNAP, all impact the benefits cliff to a large extent in Wayne County, which is representative of Ohio at large.
Now, obviously, based on just the fact that you would be losing income, there are several other issues that surround the benefits cliff as well. First of all, the inaccessibility of benefits is a major issue, but that also leads to a financial disincentive to mobility. If you are losing money in the long run, or you know that you're going to be losing some kind of money, it may actually stop you from accepting a raise and we're supposed to help you further down the line. But then there's also major issues, as Tim drew attention to a minute ago, with the Medicaid drop at the very end at 1855. You have an abrupt change in eligibility. These abrupt changes are very hard to plan for. It causes a very large drop in income, and those abrupt changes also make it really murky to tell whether or not you'll be eligible in the long run for some kind of benefits. If you get a $1 raise or a $2 raise, it's difficult to understand when you're eligible, and also really hard to plan in the long run for those kinds of very quick changes that occur with just a slight raise.
The benefits cliff is a huge issue, and we wanted to start with preliminary research to understand what the benefits cliff was in Ohio. During our 8-week period of AMRI, my team had the pleasure of working with various departments, organizations, agencies, nonprofits, and individuals who share their expertise and guidance in the development of this project, as we would hear what had been tried before and will be the most helpful to implement. We had around 9 potential policies, and we weren't able to go forward with some due to time constraints, limited information, or it may have been beyond the scope of this project. We decided upon 4 policy recommendations by making sure they met our criteria of being feasible, effective, and equitable.
So the first policy that we ended up proposing is a benefits navigator, which is effectively 2 separate benefits calculators which approximate the benefits for which an individual might be eligible. The first one is on the client side, meaning that it helps an individual determine which programs to apply for and helps them access these programs. And the second one is for a frontline worker, and it would help them estimate benefits eligibility based on income.
Our second policy recommendation was transitional benefit programs. One large problem with the benefits cliff is how immediate it feels at different stages, and you're losing various benefits, and oftentimes a person hasn't had the time to imagine what sustaining themselves and their families without benefits would look like. So we recommended two things. One, informing people of the transitional benefits programs that already exist, and then creation of additional benefits programs. And this addresses two of the many challenges we mentioned earlier, one being financial disincentive for mobility, and the other being long-term planning.
The third policy that we proposed is a PRC employment incentives program. This is funded through temporary assistance for needy families and has already been instantiated in Allen County, Ohio. Effectively, this mitigates the economic disincentives to mobility that the benefits cliff produces by targeting those families most in need and ensuring that they are still receiving money for continuing to work.
The final policy that we suggested was a new method of analysis called the bridge model, or the balanced real income deficit growth evaluation. In this model, we evaluate the amount of money that someone would receive for benefits based off of more so the comparison between their monthly earnings and the monthly expenses that they would actually be spending. So we're pricing more off of their actual capability to pay for the goods and services that they need to, rather than just a lump sum of money that they would receive or some arbitrary number that we can check for inflation. And so just looking a little bit further into the bridge model and evaluating Lisa's situation, this green line here is the bridge model. And as you can see, and the blue line is the current model that we utilized with Lisa about a year ago. Now, in this situation, as you can see, utilizing the bridge model, we've actually gotten rid of all but one cliff. That cliff at the very end at about 1855 is based again strictly on Medicaid eligibilities. There's about a $400 decrease in benefits that Lisa would receive at that point. And so either way, that's where something like transitional benefits programs would need to come in to kind of mitigate that risk again. But however, looking at this situation, we can see that this is actually much more effective at helping Lisa kind of surmount those cliffs.
So looking forward, we hope that this is a topic that continues to receive extensive research. And one path that we suggest for future researchers is to explore ways to align eligibility requirements for public benefits. To some extent, this has already been pursued as a policy and is very effective at addressing benefits cliffs.
The second suggestion for further research would be to look into a way to implement some kind of comprehensive benefits application. This would be primarily for Job and Family Services as well as the organizations that work with them, just so that when a client goes in to apply for benefits, they know how many benefits they're actually eligible for. There's a good amount of information spread for not only JFS, but also the organizations that work with them, and the client overall gets better information as to what they're eligible for and how they may proceed in the long run.
And one of our final ideas was to continue research on utilities and their programs, as we recognize the benefits cliff does not happen independently of basic necessities needed to survive day to day. And we just want to continue to thank our client, the Fund for Economic Future, as well as additional stakeholders and supporters who made this important presentation and project possible.
If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We're all very passionate about this issue, and we'd be happy to communicate with you about them. Thank you very much.